So I always talk about, let's start early. And so do we start early talking about sexually transmitted diseases? Do we start talking early about the talk? I think this whole conversation of when we start talking to our children is this continuum of conversation about sexuality. It starts really young. I mean, self-esteem starts at birth. So it's this ongoing conversation about that child's body and their emotions and their feelings and how to feel comfortable in their body. I think those are really the major topics in the first 7 years. They need to know proper body terminology and these funny, silly words that we give children to say about their bodies really aren't doing them any service. It's really important to use proper terminology, not be afraid of the word vagina, and not be afraid of the word penis or vulva. Any of these, parts of our body that, are so important. So we start there. And then we also listen to them and their feelings. I think one of the most important things that we really need to do, young people, is help them to feel comfortable on the basics: compassion, love, nurturing them, and being careful, especially for fathers and daughters, how they talk to their daughters. Oftentimes, we see dads say, putting on a little bit of weight there, be careful what you're eating. These things are all part of helping your child feel comfortable in their body, in their sexuality. Then, as they get closer to puberty, now it's time to start talking to them about all these physical and emotional changes that are going to occur. Most of these young people are really concerned about it. They know things are going to happen, but they're really concerned about what's going to happen. When is it going to happen? Am I going to do it like other people? So helping these young people, really feel comfortable in their body and their emotions is vitally important, starting at least in fourth grade. Fourth grade is probably the time to start talking about it because we're seeing them begin puberty, not periods, not pimples necessarily, but those first signs of puberty starting earlier and earlier. So it's vitally important that we start having those conversations. Parents, if you're uncomfortable, find a book. Take one of our classes. There's lots of tools out there for you to be, prepared for talking to your children. Then as they enter 5th and 6th grade, they need more information on, review of puberty, but now start talking about, boundaries and talk about where babies come from, reproduction, the reproductive organs. Be honest about, what reproduction is. And, that's such a concerning topic for parents. And yet it's such an easy conversation once you become comfortable with it. So in many cases, parents, you need to look at your own issues around that topic as well. Again, if you're not comfortable, find a book, find a CD, find one of our classes where you take it with your child and we really make the topic a comfortable transition. Once they hit middle school, then we do need to talk about STDs. They need a comprehensive education. They need to know what an STD is. They need to know how to prevent it. They need to know that they need to be abstinent at this point, that their brains are very young, but their bodies and their emotions are very immature at this point. So making good choices aren't necessarily what they're prepared to do. And many of them, most of them, are motivated by their peers and peer pressure. And they all think everybody's doing these, activities. And they're not necessarily doing it. They're also motivated by social media. When we see the average age of boys that are 12, accessing pornography, and that's not just boys anymore, it's girls as well. It's important that parents talk about that these visual, things that they see on their, electronic devices can be harmful, not just now, but going into the future. So middle school is about STDs, about their bodies, about being abstinent. And again, facing the facts. Are your children challenged with with self-esteem, with how they feel about themselves, and what you can do as parents, and what you can engage your schools and your religious organizations also to participate in prevention. By the time they reach high school, many times parents sort of go, well, they're in high school. We don't have to have conversations. They're on their own. Well, these young people, these statistics, are actually engaging now in sexual intercourse, vaginal intercourse, oral intercourse, anal. All of these words are very discomforting, but we're seeing them, or we wouldn't see 9.1 million young people contracting a sexually transmitted disease. They need to have open, honest conversations. And they need to know that they can come to you as a parent and if they have any concerns or any questions. And the young people that I see at this age, they will not come to a parent because they haven't had these conversations. They don't feel comfortable. They feel like they're going to be judged and criticized and assume that that something's going on. Parents need to listen. They need to talk with their children, and they need to find teachable moments. These are all parts of prevention that parents, schools, even religious organizations, it takes a whole village to raise a child.